questions on Reddit, so people writing in looking for advice. Will they ever find our advice on the situation? Probably not, but this is just for shits and giggles. I have not pre-screened any of these, so my reactions will be in real time to it. You know the drill, you know the deal. We gotta do some channel maintenance. Channel hygiene channels are Tamagotchis. So if you're new here, welcome to my nonsense. If you're old here, welcome back. Oh geez. If you're new here, please consider hitting subscribe. And if you're old here, go double check, make sure you're subscribed. Hit the like if you like, leave a comment. It can be anything related to the video. It could just be a hello, a few emojis, whatever, as long as it's cool and respectful. Hit the notification bell. As always, I flick my tip jar is down yonder in the description box. No pressure whatsoever, but every dollar or two helps. That is what allows me to continue making content. Also, you are invited to my Patreon. I know not everybody can come, but you can't say you weren't invited. The link to my Patreon is down below, and I post a lot over there. If you want extra content, but you don't want to leave this platform, you join YouTube memberships by clicking join below, or go to my channel page, clicking the join button. That is content that is exclusive to YouTube member. Okay. My boyfriend, 26 male, does not want me, 18 female, to go to college, and said he'll leave me if I do. I don't want to break up, but I also want a good career. Basically, my boyfriend and I have been together since, wait, he's 26 and she's 18. That's not sitting right with me. He knows exactly what he's doing right now. Okay. Basically, my boyfriend and I have been together since September, and I really love him. Were you 18 in September? I used to live in a foster home, and the caregivers were really rude adults, and as soon as I turned 18, I left and started staying with my boyfriend in his apartment. Now I'm starting to worry that I put all my eggs in one basket because he doesn't want me to go to college. I have a pretty good GPA, and I got into 5 colleges, and 2 of them offered me scholarships, and I told him thinking he would be happy about it, but he was upset instead. I guess he assumed after I graduate high school then I would just stay with him and get a job somewhere. I don't know what he was thinking. Sometimes we would joke around about me living with him forever instead of me leaving to college, but I guess obviously it wasn't clear to him. We were arguing about it, and he says that people who have degrees aren't even able to get a job nowadays, so it doesn't matter whether or not I go to college anyway. I told him that I would still hang out with him whenever I don't have class, but he got all annoyed, so I guess at this point it's just about control, or maybe he thinks I'll find someone else when I'm there, but I don't know. I'm just not sure what to do because besides the fact that he's my boyfriend, I live with him, and if we break up, I won't have anywhere to go. I don't know what to do, and I have nobody else to really talk to about this with. Oh my god, I feel for this girl. The first comment on here is, "This is the reddest flag I have seen." and she just doesn't know it because she's used to being abused. Let me guess. You turned 18 in September, and you've actually been dating longer than that. And you're dating a girl man that loves making out with high school kids. Dump this and go to college. There will be plenty of gorgeous dudes your own age there, I promise. Do not have sex with him again before you dump him. You could get pregnant. Oh boy, hope she is on some form of birth control and not counting on him for that. She's just so young. This breaks my heart. Dump the brain dead idiot you are dating. Take care of yourself first. Tell him you will think about it and start on an exit strategy for yourself. A boyfriend that sets that sort of limit on you is not a real friend at all, and definitely not real boyfriend material. I can understand him on a couple of levels. Many college degrees are useless, so unless it's a direct path to employment, the degree has somewhat limited benefit for you. I'm not even willing to say that yet. Yes, there are people that struggle getting degrees in whatever they went to school for. So you do have to be choosy with what you pick. You can't totally predict what the world's going to be like in 5 years, especially with this AI stuff that's terrifying. So you try your best, but a lot of jobs just want a degree. They just want to see that you put the time in. Is it kind of silly? And could you do on-the-job training for most things? Yes. But it's not worthless, and nobody can take it from you. Do you need a degree to be successful? No. But she's really smart, and probably some of the things that she's wanting to go into will require some form of degree. It will expose you to a whole new array of ideas, many of which will endanger your current relationships, besides his obvious threat to the end of your relationship. Feminism, individual employment, greater academic success like masters, all of which leave your current boyfriend as flotsam. I don't know that word. Flotsam. In the wake of your life. And he sees a future in college where you will meet other males who are competing for a successful life, and who may offer you alternative paths that he cannot. Yeah, he's 26. He needs to grow up. Okay, my roommate is pregnant, and I don't know how to tell her that I don't want a baby in our apartment. I get it. If I was just chilling, no kids, I don't want a baby in my apartment. No freaking way. We are both in our mid-20s. I'm still in uni and she's working. I'm not sure what she does, but it's something where she does a lot of programming at home. So she probably works home most days, which means the baby would be home probably. She got pregnant at a party and doesn't know who the father is. Can she go to whoever had that party and like ask if she can look through the photo book or something? Or is she just saying that because she just doesn't feel like dealing with I don't know. I lived in the apartment first and she moved in 4 months ago, so I don't see why I should move out. She hasn't even suggested to move out, but she has talked about planning a baby shower in the apartment. Isn't that something that happens later on in the pregnancy? Yes, it is. Anyways, I don't really want to live with a baby, but it's kind of mean to tell her to move out, right? Edit. I'm on the lease and she gives me her half of the rent and utilities every month. Second edit. I'm not going to throw my roommate out to the curb. I will tell her that I'm not comfortable living with a newborn and that I will gladly help her find a new place, and if I don't find one until the baby is born, I would kick her out. I'm not a monster. Right, yeah, don't kick a pregnant girl to the curb. But she's got plenty of time here. She's got a job. And it's gonna be time to get it together because that's not typically I was a single mom, and you don't just bring your kids into homes. Like, it's not like a roommate situation. You gotta find your own little living situation now. Like, this is now you're a family. impossible to make plans be direct. I'm sorry to have to tell you this, but I planned on living with a single roommate, not a mother and her baby. I wanted to let you know as soon as possible so you can make plans to find a new place before the baby is born. Ideally, you should move out within the next 60 days before it becomes too difficult for you to do it. I stated calmly, directly, firmly, it's not a debate. This is your decision. You wish her the best, but you will not be allowing her to stay in the apartment. And she's gonna take it. How she's gonna take it? It's perfectly fair, but she's probably got some hormones and, yeah, she's gonna take it how she's gonna take it, but you just gotta get it out of your mouth and give it some space. Just talk to her, tell her she needs a plan because you never agreed to live with a baby. It was your apartment first, and she's not on the lease. The best comment here should be higher in this situation. The sympathy of, oh, but she's having a baby is gonna bite you in the ass when the baby actually comes, and she's unable to move out on her own at that point. She has easily 2 to 3 months before things start getting more difficult for her, and it's a good chunk of time to make something work. Okay. HR made a mistake with my bonus and now wants me to pay to fix it. Received an unexpected profit sharing check. A newer employee a month ago. March 5th, someone in HR didn't following my payroll account settings of 98% and 2% in my IRA. Instead, they deposited the entire check into my IRA and initially told me it was my fault. Spoiler, it was not. My HR does this. They will try everything but to fix the problem, including blaming you like I don't have anything to do with my paycheck. I have nothing to do with my paycheck other than, and it's direct deposited, like I literally have nothing other than spotting problems. That's my job. But our HR does this too. Then head of HR said it was a technical error on the payroll side. They would take the money back from Fidelity so I don't get penalized, and in the meantime they'd pay me the full amount to my checking as I had requested with a signed document instructing them where to deposit it. From there, I let them handle fixing the error. I told them they are absolutely welcome to the money in that IRA. It's just my little learn to play the stock market account and not my actual retirement, so get at it. Well, they came back this week, March 25th, and said you can either pay us back this amount every month for about a year, or you can pull it out of your Fidelity account and deal with the penalties next year. Those are your options. Be happy. What? I thought you said you'd fix it. I told them no on both options, but my budget doesn't allow for either, so I told them if I just pay them back all at once, it wipes my savings. I've just gotten back into a healthy amount, which also sucks. This morning, March 26th, HR told me that I'd pay them back out of the bonus for the next year, but I don't even know if that's something I should agree to. What if I quit and get fired? Can they come after me legally if I'm no longer with the company? I feel like so much of this is just wrong, and I'm going to get shit canned over a mistake I didn't make that they aren't willing to fix. It's not my job to fix it, boss. It's yours. Go get it from the account you put it in. Anyways, what the hell can I even do? Part of me is so insulted. I want to quit, and I know that feeling. Leave the check on the desk and leave because there was a lot of gaslighting during this process. Okay, thanks. regardless of this, if that's the case, why would you eat them? This woman is 35 years old, by the way. I'm thoroughly annoyed. Thank God I didn't eat them after her. Should I go to HR? This is not her first offense of unhygienic BS. When she was fighting a cold, she kept leaving dirty tissues on the shared counter space and coughing without covering her mouth. I hate working with people like this. I hate it. I'm appalled by this woman, and she is 10 years older than me. Go to HR. She can't talk about her blood disease and then eat your finger food. That's foul behavior. Definitely escalate beyond your manager. This is a clear HR violation. Your health is way more important than office politics. Escalate this. She's also taking Opie's food without asking. I'll share food from the bag into your hand, but never ever put your hand in my food. Go to HR and report this barbarian. The last person who did this to me was embarrassed to have me give her the entire bag and walk away. Just nasty. I had a coworker who was notorious for not washing her hands, take a chip out of my Chipotle bag and use it to take part of my Chipotle bowl. And then she got upset because I told her she needed to DoorDash me a brand new order. I had to get management involved, and they made her buy me a brand new meal, and I was allowed to take my lunch when it arrived. Has COVID taught us nothing? Yeah, disgusting. Sometimes, like, I'll be snacking throughout the day. I'm a grazer. The kids are allowed to bring their stuff to graze, and I actually have a basket full of snacks in the room too, but they'll see what I have and they'll be like, oh, give me some. And I'm like, get back. Get back. There's even like sometimes I have chicken and a biscuit, crackers, which I'm not even supposed to be eating them, but I'll have like some in my hand and I'm like walking down the hall like snacking, and kids will like beg me for one of my I'm like, they're just in